Liz, you want to show them that you guys are friends now? Friends, I mean, by that you ignore each other? Okay, you want pets. Sit. Wait. Stay. Stinker dog. Good girl. Good afternoon. Welcome back to Golden Acres. I have our pets on, or off technically, for supervised visitation. Oh, here's my little partner. So she's getting supervised visitation with both dogs. They're doing really good. I mean, my dogs were never around cats, and she's kind of nervous about the dogs because the previous owners of this property, because she was born here, they had huskies that they kept on a wireless fence, and so they had the collars that would shock them if they left that boundary. And so they had like a 3/4 of an acre around the house, so the cats never really came up. Although with as much as May wants to come inside, I think they actually may hide the house some too. They just never had them in the same room, I guess. May, you are going to trip me. Alright, so I'm going to do a November fall tour while I do supervised visitation. Really, the cat's just going to hang out. So is Lizzie. Thea's who knows where, out in the pasture digging. In my last video, you saw this build, I guess build, upgrade, remodel. Come on, May. Come in, Liz. Over here, I started on a different camera, and I've lost my charger, so I haven't finished this video yet. I have started this area, and I'm going to have to redo the video on it, and we'll get some more leaves because we still have plenty in the yard. But a leaf mold, and I let the boys fill it up. Actually, they put more in there than I thought. So I'll probably add a little bit of chicken wire on the inside, and this is pretty well out of the wind. So it should be safe from not needing plastic or some sort of garden tarp fabric to keep the leaves from falling and break down fine. Over here, we've got stuff in the greenhouse, which of course you would have just saw too. And so there's not much updates for the greenhouse, but I do have some of my containers that still have spinach in them. The spinach is doing pretty well, although that guy looks like he went up and bolted. I should have harvested him. Weird. It's been, I don't know, it's 60 degrees today and it's November, so. And actually the cilantro, for not being very cold hardy, is actually surviving really well, even though it's kind of beat up. So spinach is doing pretty good. This guy looks like he's about to start changing crazy like too. I haven't watered these guys as much as I should have. I've been relying on the rain for now. Here's an outside view inside the greenhouse. I did not realize how crackly this piece of concrete was. Weird. We still haven't decided how to take care of this porta potty, outhouse. Come with me, May. And over here, So we've got our own dog fence that we're putting in, so the dogs can be off more often now that they're getting along with the cat, even though they're still supervised visitation only. We do have their fence up. And Thea's out there. I don't know if you can see her on the camera. And she's our more ornery one when it comes to the cat. Come here, May. I'm going to call Thea over. Thea, come! And she doesn't listen. She's always been bad on recall because she goes, I can see you. We're cool. She's always been like that. Thea! See, pops her head up. We pretty well taught her it's okay to dig for moles and voles and who knows what other mice burrows that are under the ground. She's got free access to that one. So we got this fence up. There's still stuff we have to pull out here because like we don't have all that out. There's stuff to clean up here. Some concrete. I don't know how they kept horses out here. We're going to put in, so this is buried for that part of the fence. So that will be a gate into here. And then we got a chicken coop. I bought it pretty cheap off somebody in town. May, you're part dog. So we're gonna put wheels on the back here and we're gonna brace it, and we'll probably get it to where these are two separate pieces because the run is clearly separate. So we'll get a better way of attaching it with like hooks. That way we can move it separately. And then we'll move this piece under the roof at one time and then move the run second. And we will range our chickens that way. And this should hold about 6. This is 2 different coops kind of combined. So it actually might do more. I'm not a chicken keeper though. I've never had chickens before. I grew up on a farm and we had a large garden. So many people, the chickens just ended up with people, free eggs from people. They had the names of their chickens on the side here. Wind decided to pick up. And it's evening, or evening, late afternoon. So that's not super surprising. And although they said tomorrow was supposed to be the warmest day of the week, it's already 62 today for the high, I think. So it should be a nice day, but then they're saying Thursday, which is Thanksgiving, is going to be cooler again. More of that typical fall, because I'm in a little 3/4 sleeve. I haven't done too much out here other than our leaves are actually all on the ground now. We need to get our lawn sweeper out, except the only thing it can hook up to is the Toro, and we have a tube on order for it. So it's had a tube inside its tire, even though most of those don't have a tube. And we were going to replace the tire with another tire that we were given, except that tire is rusted onto its rim. So we're just going to put a tube in it. Because the tire's not so far gone that it needs to replace for tread. It just doesn't hold air. Well, for what we're doing with it, moving garden stuff, we don't need a brand new tire. So that's not something we're going to spend money on right now. So as soon as we get that, then we will sweep up all these leaves over between the house and the fence and the dog houses, is where most of them are kind of laying right now. So we'll go with that first. And over here, we've started semi-planning out where the garden is, and I will give you the verbal kind of guess. Well, Thea just got in trouble. for chasing the cat. No barking, no growling, no nothing. Just running. And she ran up, and May ran up a tree, and then as soon as May was up the tree, she left. But she still got tied up for it, because you're not going to get to be free if you're chasing the cat. Liz, come on. Liz. No. I know. It's a learning process. They're doing okay, but it does take time. I don't expect the dogs and the cats to be best friends. The goal is just for them to ignore each other. Liz does a much better job. Liz is like shepherd, so she is more likely to view the animals as livestock and kind of just want to herd them. Thea is a cur dog. They're a hunting breed, so she needs more work. She's also going to get in trouble more. Just hanging out. Come on, Liz. Come on. All right. So this playhouse can be viewed from our kitchen. I think then right here, straight across, I want the raised beds with the trellises, because I think it'd be really pretty to come out and see the trellises from the window, and then while we're hanging out on the deck. So then over here in the back, I think I'm going to put some sweet corn, and then some pumpkins and some butternut squash in earth beds. And then I think I might do a row of tomatoes, and I might switch that up and put one row of tomatoes on one side of the corn and another row of tomatoes on the other side of the corn to make it easier to do seed savings. Because I have 2 paste tomato types, an Amish paste and the Sheboygan's paste. And then I have the Brandywine yellow and the Brandywine purple. So we'll look into those, how we want to set those up. And then on the trellises, I will have beans, jappy little pumpkins, some cantaloupe, and then we want to figure out getting some strawberries, which we're hopefully going to get in the spring, which they don't produce the best the first year. And then we're going to get some fall raspberries, the golden raspberries. And we're going to put in some golden beets. And I'm being sassy and buying yellow veggies for Golden Acre Farms. So we're going to put those in, and I think the beets, the carrots, and of course will be in a raised bed. So they'll be up here next to the place structure. If you heard me talk before, if this is your first time, place structure's here, because I can see it from the kitchen window if I'm cooking or doing dishes, and I can see it while I'm out in the garden. So we have a setup to where I can see the kids all the time. This also means that the kids are away from the driveway, because we do have an easement. So people do come up our driveway occasionally to go back to our neighbor's pasture. And usually they do that to spread lime. They did that this year, which probably won't happen for a few more years again. And then they come up here to check on their cattle when their creek crossing is out. And granted, sometimes they just come up this way because they're neighborly and they want to say hi. They have a few deer hunters that hunt on their property, so which are our neighbors also. So then they come up our driveway to maybe look for a deer, or if they have a deer stand closer, they have come by and stopped and asked to come out there. So we have some deer hunters that go to the back. Hey, May. My partner in crime. Do you want to say bye? Say bye. All right. Thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful day. God bless.